Hey guys, my name is Miska and welcome to Overwatch Central. It's Friday, we're gonna be doing another roundup, taking a look at some Overwatch news. And we got a pretty mixed bag today, we got some different stuff. But we're gonna begin with the announcement that you may have seen already and you will have seen in the thumbnail of this video. It's Year of the Dog, which is coming next week on the 8th of February. That's less than a week from now technically. I believe this is the first in-game event that we see start on a Thursday as well, which is pretty interesting. I'm not sure why exactly that is, to be honest, because the actual Year of the Dog doesn't start until February 16th. But either way, Year of the Dog, the Chinese New Year event, starts on February 8th. Expect new skins, a new little sort of game mode, and all the other stuff that comes with an event. Alright, next up though, we want to talk about Mercy yet again. And I know, it's getting a little bit old at this point. But I do want to talk about the hero win rate and pick rate, since that's something that a lot of people were speculating about. But now we have actual stats on this. There's also minor signs of these stats stabilizing a little bit. So I think they're actually kind of realistic as to what Mercy will be like for at least the next week or so. But in a few weeks or a month, this should change. I say that because she pretty much has always gained back a bit of hero win rate and pick rate over time for the previous nerfs as well. Alright, anyway, her pick rate is now 6.48%. Yesterday it was 6.80%, so our pick rate is definitely going down. To compare that, just before the patch the peak win rate was 15.14%. It went down all the way to 9.20%, then 6.80%, and now down at 6.48%. So as you can see, it seems to be stabilizing a little bit right there around 6.8, 6.7, 6.6, like right around there. And I imagine that's where we'll see the pick rate for at least a little while. In terms of the win rate, it went down all the way from about 52.25% to 47.70%. But today we're back up at 48.51, so it's kind of a negative win rate, so to speak. But the fact that it went up a little bit again is kind of interesting. Win rate tends to vary with about 0.5 to 1%, so it seems like that might be stabilizing too. A 48% average isn't really that bad at all, to be honest. It seems a lot worse compared to Mercy before, but there's actually a lot of heroes that do well and are actually considered good heroes still, that have an overall average win rate of that. As with all the different tiers, the win rate can be a bit all over the place. However, if you do look at Grandmaster play, for example, with Mercy, her win rate is down at 48.67%, so about the same. But if you compare that to, for example, Tracer, she's sitting at about 52%, and Winston has had an abnormal development and hit 61.20% win rate just this past day. Again, this might be just something that has to do with the patch. It's definitely not a sign that, oh yeah, Winston's gonna be an amazing hero in this next meta. But it is interesting to see these sort of developments. The meta is definitely a bit all over the place right now. We're gonna try to keep you guys updated with what's happening. In a week from now, we'll have better stats for sure. But Mercy's win rate and pick rate seem to be stabilizing. That's it for the Mercy talk though. Next up, I want to talk about Contenders. Now, if you don't know, Overwatch Contenders is the sort of tier 2 scene, or at least the tier 2 sort of infrastructure and system that Blizzard have developed for the Overwatch esports scene. Contenders already had a season 0, I believe it's what it's actually called, and it's now starting up again in not too long. There have been some announcements made here and there. For example, Overwatch League org Philadelphia Fusion have announced their academy team, which will be their Contenders lineup and their Contenders roster. And Contenders has been really good in the past. A lot of people have been looking forward to more announcements around Contenders, and we have had some new branding be revealed on the Blizzard Games press site. There hasn't actually been much of an announcement at all around this, but I imagine announcements are coming soon, and that these assets are here for people to use, so people start publishing these images a bit here and there, and people get familiar with the Overwatch Contenders brand. It's very similar to Overwatch League, but it's sort of got Genji and a bit of a green instead of the orange and Tracer as the sort of main branding and main iconic sort of features of the branding. But really cool stuff. I really want to hear more stuff about Contenders, but definitely do keep an eye out for that on Twitter. I imagine there will be a lot of talk about Contenders on there. But yeah, definitely do look out for Contenders if you are watching the Overwatch League and you're enjoying that, because the Contenders tier 2 scene is very important for the Overwatch esports scene to sort of continue to grow and do well, as that's where hopefully the next sort of set of players for the next generation of players in the Overwatch League will come from. But yeah, Overwatch Contenders, hopefully more announcements coming soon on that. For now, just an Overwatch Contenders and an Overwatch Contenders Trials logo. Moving on, but still talking about Overwatch League, there have been some pretty big upsets lately. I'll link some of the series that we think are worth watching down below, just because a lot of people are asking which series and which maps and which teams are you supposed supposed to look out for and which games have been really good to watch. So we're just gonna link you 3 different series down below. Feel free to check them out. I guess for those of you that haven't quite caught up with everything Overwatch League yet, or at least the last week or so of games. That's gonna be it for this video though. Thank you guys very much for watching. Definitely do subscribe for more Overwatch content as per usual, because next week we'll have a lot of Year of the Dog content, I imagine. Personally, I want to do some videos around competitive play in Overwatch, just as I've been playing a lot of ranked lately, loads of it honestly. And there are a lot of things I want to talk about, so do leave your suggestions in the comments if there's anything in particular you'd like me to bring up there. But like I said, that's it for this time. Thank you guys very much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and until next time, take care, and we'll see you then.